We're recording. We're live. For the first time in a year and a half, we are live. Okay, that's enough of that. Hello. It has been a minute. I've been living life. I hope you have been too. So I think creativity is more necessary now than it's been in a minute, for a variety of reasons. Being creative has always been a struggle for me, not because I think I'm incapable or there isn't anything I want to create, but I think instead because I'm always afraid the end product of my creativity is not going to be worth the time I put into it. I'd imagine capitalism is to blame as it is to blame for a lot of things. So we could just kind of tack that one on there. Aww. For the longest time, I think I've viewed my time itself as transactional. We're taught that our time is money, our money is valuable, therefore our time is valuable, and valuable is valuable. And it all kind of just muddled into this one big soup. And I think it's caused me to treat my time the same way I treat my money, I guess. Frugal with its expense, likely to a detrimental degree. I'm still trying to break out of this mindset, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job, and doing this is kind of part of that. But I have been greatly assisted in the last year and a half by... drumroll. I've been learning and performing improv for about a year and a half now. Yeah, I started taking classes and then eventually started performing like once a month-ish, and now I'm performing a few times a month, and it's been pretty sick. Affectionately, improv is definitionally one of the most disposable forms of art. I think improv actually has been really good for me though, because it's begun to taught me the value of creating something no matter how long it lasts or how temporary it is. Something can be meaningful while also existing for a very short period of time. Like an Oreo. I love Oreos. I wish I were sponsored by them. I'm not. Hit me up. I have a very consistent and well-performing YouTube channel that could earn you a lot of bucks. I think my audience would love an Oreo sponsorship. I think that would be something that they would really enjoy and that I could earn a lot from and that they could learn and earn a lot from. And I think we should all be eating Oreos together. Once I get my money, just give me my money. Oreo. I'm holding Red Velvet Oreos hostage. You tried to get rid of them, but I still have 15 in my cabinet. Oreo, look at me. You wanted to get rid of Red Velvet. I'm not letting that happen. $10,000, that's my price. Per cookie. That's under $50,000. Don't look away. I see you looking away. Look at me. Look at me. Where was I? I switched fingers. I'm probably going to be doing that a lot. I think this is a funny bit to have the mic on my fingers, but it does hurt my fingernails, so apologies if there's inconsistency in the mic finger placement. Yeah, but like a improv scene, whether good or bad, once it's over is just lost forever to time, unless it's a recorded show, I suppose, but that doesn't benefit my case, so we can just ignore that. Now, I don't have much to prove that this last year and a half has actually happened. I have had more toenails removed in my lifetime than I have photos or videos of me performing on stage. So you'll just have to take my word for it, and maybe I'll try to provide some evidence. But I want you to know that you're not owed evidence. If you're being given evidence right now, I just want you to know that this is a privilege, and that I have decided to do this out of the kindness of my heart, and that this is not necessarily something that you need to get. And honestly, if you thought that I was lying, you should learn to take people at their word. My fingers are all hurting. We're down to the pinky, folks. We might have to move to the right hand soon. But yeah, anyway, my self-confidence has skyrocketed. My mental health has greatly improved. I feel funnier. I don't know whether or not I'm actually funnier, but I think it's actually more important that I think I'm funnier regardless of whether that's true or not. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if that's good, if that's a good thing to latch on to or not. I feel like I'm whispering now. I feel like I'm telling you a secret. I kind of like this. Maybe my pinky is going to lose circulation, but I think this is my favorite speaking position that I've been in yet. But I think there's still something missing. I really like creating videos. I do. I know my channel may not reflect that as much, namely in the upload consistency. I think it still remains intimidating to me. Even making this video is somewhat intimidating. Maybe it's just a problem with getting started though. When I first wrote this script and sat down and wrote it, I forced myself to do it. I finished the script up to this point within 15 minutes. So maybe it's just a procrastination issue. It would kind of make me sad if that was the case. I would not like that to be the case, but it's possible. Who's to say? Okay, this pinky is too much. Ooh, that feels stable. I could do this for a while. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, though, why I've struggled to write videos. I've discovered that I think whether it's a video or like something I write, like a script or a sketch or whatever, it ultimately doesn't matter because making that is at bare minimum a treat to myself. It's like a time capsule to myself. It creates a connection from my future self to my past self, when usually we can only pass things on from our past to our future as time progresses. So I guess in some like temporal way, I feel like it allows me to have a two-way connection with myself in the past, myself in the future. I guess that's probably the appeal of why people write journals, why families love watching home videos together. Improv has been and continues to be a very vulnerable thing for me to do, and I think for any person to do. Making something up on the spot is a scary concept to think of broadly. Don't think about it too much now. We're not doing that. We're having happy, good times here. We're not going into any mental crises. I'm going to do that after the camera turns off. For now, we're here and we're together and we're doing a great job. But I think I have a lot of fears around making videos. I think I've always just had fears of saying things wrong, not getting my points across exactly the way I want to, being misconstrued. And I think a lot of them are unfounded, to be honest. I think that comes from my anxiety and my social anxiety. And I think the fact of the matter is people are going to misunderstand you all the time. Maybe it's because you said something not in the way you meant to. Maybe it's because they have a different lens of life, and there's really no way of knowing that. So there's no need for me to be as worried about it as I am, but I'm working on it, and that's good. I'm in permanent thumbs up. Everything's good. I hope you're enjoying this. I know that a sign of a good YouTube channel is that when someone stops talking about their point every couple minutes just to reassure their audience that they're having a good time. Maybe it's social conditioning. I don't know. I did not really study much psychology. I took a 101 class. Well, I took two psychology classes, actually. I took a 101 class, which was interesting, and I did want to learn more about it, but then I graduated. What are you gonna do? I also took a psychology of sex class, and that was hot. It was also very informative and cool, and everyone should take it, but it was also very hot. I find it difficult to create for another reason, though. There's a natural dichotomy with art in general. There's two ways to interact with art. You can either create art or you can view art. They're symbiotic, right? Oftentimes you create art so other people can view it, and oftentimes you view art so that you have inspiration for creating art, or you have a greater perspective for creating different types of art. And I think because of this, I feel that if I'm creating something, it has to be something that's worth viewing. Now, that doesn't mean I'm gonna create things that aren't worth viewing. I feel like this entire video is just an anti-pitch for my channel. I don't really think about that while I was writing the script. This is kind of the worst version of a YouTuber coming back to their channel after it's been dead for a while and saying that they're going to make more videos. You know, that's just how it goes. That's kind of just the vibe around here now, guys. That's what we're here for. And we aren't going anywhere. I super glued my feet to the floor right here on this couch. What are you gonna do? Whoa, whoa, wee, wah, whoa, wah, woo. I propose another categorization of art. I propose that there are two kinds of art. There is the art that you make to connect with yourself, and there is the art that you make to connect with others. Both kinds of art can be shared, but art that you make for yourself doesn't necessarily have to be. I mean, I have like hundreds of absolutely nonsense, meaningless notes on my phone. Vampire sends like their human servant mic'd up to get permission ahead of time from homeowners to enter their home. Pre-planning my midlife crisis, so it's not a crisis, it's just my midlife. I made brownies with mayonnaise instead of egg. They tasted great, but they were flat as fuck and very greasy. This one is just Transylvanian headmaster of a school for buskers. Do with that what you will. This one just says, I have a love-hate relationship with the NFL. Hey man, why the hell did you mace me? 313, 265, 4, 217, disco lights. Pay me $1, I'll buy you $1. I started writing a donut order, like a dozen donuts, and then I stopped doing it, but I didn't do anything with the note, so I just have a note that just says 3 maple now. Remy from Ratatouille's great uncle was a rabid plague bearer. Beelining for the bathroom when we get off. Pee time. A dungeon and a dragon. It's an idea. Here's a concept for a joke presentation that I'd like to write someday. How you get your friends to think you like them. Respond earnestly and honestly to their messages. Open and react to the things they send you. Now, if any of my friends are watching this presentation, I understand that this may be concerning. Just know that you're the sole exception. Killer Chapel Rowan chicken impression, aka Chicken Rowan. I don't know if this was a note saying that I discovered I could do that, or if that was just a note to myself that I need to develop a Chapel Rowan impression, but as a chicken, and then call it Chicken Rowan. 2 people seeing each other at the grocery store and kind of recognizing each other, but neither remembering any details about the other. Indubitably, don't touch my nipple. Says to say that in a professor voice. I just have a name. It's Twunk McGuggin. Oh, here's another donut order. This time I almost got it all in. 6 original, 3 maple. So we almost got to a dozen there. When after the colonoscopy, your doctor tells you you're beautiful inside and out, and then a hard eyes emoji. A guy who makes different pairs of fun socks symbolic of the significant events of his life and wears them so people will ask about them, and he has the opportunity to share information about himself. Oh, I have pitches for Drag Race exit lines. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. Either asking every other girl that's still there if they want to trade spots, or I would say, my pussy is still on fire and I'm going to use it to burn this place to the ground. I honestly think both of those are bangers. And any drag queen that's watching this, please feel free to steal those, because I don't think I will ever be on that show. Drag just seems like too much work. How will me in 5 years feel about me now? I don't know. We're creating that two-way connection right now. You tell me, 30-year-old Alex, how do you feel about this that's going on right now? I expect you to time travel into the room in 3, 2, 1. Well, I must have died before then. That's disappointing. Okay, this is a good one to end on. Someone reading through my notes would have an aneurysm. Are you? Let me know in the comments. Most of those make little or no sense. Some of them do. I actually was surprised by how much sense a lot of them made, but I have many more. If you want to hear more of them, please let me know. I can just rattle them off for days. But even if they make little to no sense, they make me happy. I have several incomplete scripts for videos, as well as incomplete sketches. Those are meaningful to me, even though I didn't really do anything with them, quote unquote. But I had an idea that I started to flesh out, and I enjoyed fleshing it out for however long I did, and then I decided to stop, and that's fine. I have previously thought that that's not fine, and it's not okay to abandon stuff, but it is. Sometimes things just don't get made. Sometimes things are just for me. Sometimes things aren't good enough of a concept for me to fully flesh out. Sometimes I just don't want to. And I think regardless, that's okay. And I'm not beating myself up about those things anymore. And that is very cool. And I'm happy about that. And you should be too. And that's the point of this video. You should have the same mindset that I now have if you don't already. And if you do already, good for you. And that's very cool. And I'm jealous. Get yourself a little treat today. Just because you seem cool. Go get like a little ice cream treat. But like fundamentally, the thing I think I want myself as well as you to take away is that the act of being creative does not need to coincide with sharing that creativity. Maybe that's something fundamental to creativity that everyone understands but me. I think it took me a while to come to that realization, like the last couple months. Is when that's kind of started to internalize. I know in this case, this is being published publicly, and this is being made into a YouTube video. But for the purposes of this argument that I'm making, just pretend that I made this video just for me and that you're not seeing it right now. Pretend that you never watched this and that I'm the only one that watched it, and then know in your head that that makes the point from this video that you didn't watch more true. Great. Thanks gamers for watching. P.S. I did one Twitch stream of Marvel Rivals, and it was very fun. I'll link my Twitch stream in the description, and I may or may not stream on Twitch again at some point. It's a fun, good old time. We do silly little gags. I try to keep my friends from being mean to me. It's very fun, I promise. Come hang out. It's very cool. I'm gonna go finish my San Pellegrino. Thank you. I did it. I filmed it. I filmed a video. This is nuts.